Up in Seattle for the 2023 MLB All-Star Game, Brandon Costa from Sports Video Group checking in with all the broadcasters covering the litany of events. This used to be just an All-Star Game. Now it's a Home Run Derby and an All-Star Game, a Futures Game and an All-Star Game, a High School All-Star Game and a High School Home Run Derby, and everything else following. We're joined by Phil Orlins from ESPN. He's their VP of Production. Phil, always wonderful to see you at this event. How you doing, sir?
Great, Brandon. It's always great to be here. It's my second Home Run Derby in Seattle, so it was only 22 years since the last one, and got some memories of Ken Griffey on our first Home Run Derby in 1993 in Baltimore. So it's been a full 30 years since that one, but Home Run Derby bigger and better than ever, so we love that.
And I'm sure the technology exactly the same as it was in 2001. You know, everything's going to be the same. Now, please, let's talk about this Home Run Derby production. Every year, it seems to be more high intensity. It gets faster and faster every year with different variations on the rules and the clock and when the ball can be thrown by the pitcher. You know, you've said this is maybe one of the more high intensity events that you do throughout the year. I imagine that's still the case.
I'd say on a good day, it's controlled chaos. On a bad day, it's just chaos. The pace is insane. We really are cautious about anything that would back off of the pace because it is definitely a huge, huge part of the popularity of the event. We have occasionally talked about slightly better concepts to mitigate some of the chaos, but we're right on plan with the same plan as last year for the event, which is pitches coming really fast and home runs flying really fast. So it'll be chaos again.
So where does that leave you room to interject, visual enhancements or audio enhancements? Obviously, there's a lot of conversations that are going on through broadcasters and players and everything like that during the Home Run Derby. But in terms of special camera placements or special mic placements, anything that you guys are able to do that you're able to fit in, or do you have to play it kind of safe?
Well, I think one of the things that's interesting is the way we covered it before the multiple home run balls were being hit at the same time. Yeah. You know, it was one screen, one camera cut. And then when they went to the faster pace, to your point, it became just sort of a hold on to the rails and try to hope the ball, hope you see the guy hit the ball and see the ball land. Yeah. But then after a year of struggling with that, we went to the side-by-side split screen coverage. So look, the pace is still very, very hard, but by doing it this way, we leave the comfort of a batter-pitcher shot on one side of the screen. So if the guy is not hitting home run after home run, if he takes a pitch or he fouls it off or hits a ground ball, there sometimes is, we're able to cut a little more aggressively in the ball follow box because we have the stability of the pitch and batter being shown on one side without altering that. So in an odd way, like the simplification of one side has allowed us to be more aggressive and bring back a little bit of crowd and teammates and things like that on the other side. And we try to get some replays in the timeouts and the little breaks before the bonuses and things of that nature. But it's a lot of viewers love action. And nothing in baseball provides more action than this. And then we'll get to it in a second. But the fact that we have it on two networks, ESPN and ESPN2, the fact that we have a Statcast version in collaboration with MLB Statcast on ESPN2 allows us to really use that as our lab for the highest levels of risk-taking and experimentation.
Sure, yeah, the MLB Statcast and the MLB deeper analytics become ingrained in the game over the last decade, 2 decades maybe, and you guys, like you said, have really made that alternate broadcast on ESPN2 a place where you really push the envelope and try some new things. What are those new things, and how are you kind of stepping out and maybe out of your comfort zone even more in that one?
Yeah, we're definitely taking chances and risks with MLB that we wouldn't have even imagined a couple of years ago. When we first did the Statcast shows, it was mostly, here's a home run derby, here's what the video looks like on ESPN, let's add another layer of graphics, let's add data expert analysis to it, Mike Petriello, Jason Benetti, folks like that. Now we have decided, particularly this year and over the last 2 years, to completely alter the visual presentation, dramatically alter the visual presentation of the Derby. Okay. Last year we went out and we added augmented reality, real-time exit velocity and launch angle to the coverage on the batter-pitcher shot. Worked really, really well. Tracking of the ball through the air a little bit. Very analogous to the way you'll see golf coverage with TrackMan, things of that nature. This year, we decided to really, really jump off the cliff a bit here. And we are moving away on the Statcast coverage from the conventional high home coverage of the ball in the air on the right side or the other side of the screen, and replacing that with an entirely three-dimensional virtual animation of what will appear to be real-time ball flight. Traces of the ball over a three-dimensional representation of T-Mobile Field, distance measurements popping up, the virtual overhead or drone-type camera moving around, one ball in the air landing, a second line starting so I believe a very much more calm and watchable experience that is less chaotic than trying to cut multiple high home cameras in with multiple balls flying and one landing and cutting back. Like this way you're able to see 2 paths, 3 paths of balls all moving at once. And then the topper for that is, in order to bake both the data and the animation part of it, it's all coming through 30 seconds behind the ESPN coverage. We're basically producing everything live in real time, then passing it through an EVS for a 30-second delay, then overlaying the 3D virtual ball follow graphic to it there, and adding commentary with that included. So the commentary itself happens 30 seconds behind to match the full composite of the program image that we're doing at that spot. So there's been a lot of excitement. There's a lot of fun. I really do. It's been testing out great, and it's definitely the most aggressive thing. One of the most aggressive things I've really ever been a part of. So it's been good.
That's wild. Very cool. We're looking forward to seeing it. Real quickly before we let you go, there's another event. You're not only doing the Derby here, there's also the MLB Draft, which you guys have been involved with in the past, and MLB Network plays a pretty sizable role in the production of that. But you guys are getting more involved this year. How so?
I mean, I think when we first came on, 2020, pandemic year, it was kind of last second. We were certainly looking for live event programming of any type. MLB Network was doing the draft, and it was sort of like, okay, if you guys want to come and do it, hang on for the ride and put your own commentary on it and do the best you can. I think now that we're in our 4th year, it's grown to an on-site event as part of the All-Star Game. MLB wants full collaboration, as they should, wants full collaboration, a predictable, consistent cadence to the draft that will allow anybody covering it, both us and MLB Network, to optimize our coverage. It allows the in-venue experience to be more predictable, timely, and better entertaining for the crowd on site. Sure. With it being here at the All-Star Game is very important. So we're just working. We're collaborating on all aspects with MLB Network. We're running it at a predictable cadence of about 5 minutes per pick. No real variations off of that in the first 28 picks, and it should allow for a better presentation on every network and really a better presentation for the fans on site.
All right, Phil, we know this is a really busy week, and it's a fantastic weekend of productions for you guys. Thanks so much for taking the time, and best of luck with everything the next couple days.
Thanks, Brandon. It's always great to see you guys. I appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
All right, for more of everything going on here at the 2023 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, head to our website at sportsvideo.org.